Okay, let's try again. So, we were in Navasana. It does look like it's reset things a bit better actually, so maybe that's a good thing. Okay. So, in Navasana, coming back into your Ujjayi breath. So we're going to do a lowering down to Ardha Navasana. So straighten out the legs, bringing the head and shoulders towards the floor, and then come onto your sacrum and hold for 5 breaths. Neck relaxed. Maybe bringing one heel down, bringing it back up, bringing the other one down, bringing it back up, and lifting yourself up. Cross the ankles and step yourself back into your high plank. We're going to have 5 breaths in high plank. Bring the shoulders slightly forward of the wrists. Spread the fingers, press through the circumference of your palm. Turn biceps to face forward. Feel those shoulder blades wrap around the sides of the ribs as you lift the ribs up to the back of the body. Wrap, feeling this nipping sensation here. Lift belly, tuck the tail and get the legs involved as you squeeze the thighs and reach through the heels. So we're going to keep this nice and active. Inhale as you lift right leg. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest. Inhale, take that leg back. Exhale, knee goes wide, knee to right elbow. Inhale, go back. Exhale, bring the knee to the left elbow. Well done. Inhale, step it back. Exhale here. A 10 breath plank. How lucky you are. Inhale, left leg reaches behind. As you exhale, bring the knee to the chest. Lift that knee. Inhale, go back. Exhale, knee wide. Knee to left elbow. Inhale, go back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Well done. Inhale, go back. And exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Use your Ujjayi breath to come back. Take a nice static downward facing dog, working on strong alignment. Two more breaths. Inhale, roll to plank. Exhale, with the knees up or down, lower chaturanga, elbows at 90 degrees. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, push back up. Watch the belly doesn't drop. Bend the knees, come through into your cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Take the feet a bit wider, toes out to the sides. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to try a jump into a squat at the top of the mat. Try clapping your feet on your way there. Inhale, press through the hands. Exhale, jump yourself to the top of the mat. Well done. And then from here, lift your bum so it's the same height as your knees and reach the arms up above the head. We're coming into an active squat. 5 breaths here. Feeling the burn in those thighs. 1 more breath. Inhale, lift. Bring the hands to heart. Well done. Exhale. Inhale, sit back down. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, and see if you can jump back to chaturanga. You can step back to plank and lower. Inhale, come through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop down onto your forearms, coming into dolphin. Let's keep this really dynamic. So, inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, bring the knee into the elbow. We're going to do 2 of these on either side. Inhale, lift. Suppressed belly and ribs high. Lift that right leg. Exhale, knee comes into armpit. Step your right foot down. Inhale, lift left. Exhale, bring the knee into the armpit. Well done. Inhale, lift, 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 lift. Exhale, knee to armpit. Well done. Step that foot back. Press both elbows off the floor as you come into downward facing. Take the feet wide, toes out, heels in. Bend the knees. Inhale, press through the hands. Lift, clap the feet. Coming into your squat. Well done. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms up, sit down. Exhale, fold. Walk, step or jump back. Try to land softly. Make your way through into a downward facing dog. From here, option to try your flying vinyasa. Hold for 5 breaths or do this. Right leg lifts, bend the knee, jump up, split legs, soften as you land in chaturanga. Inhaling, coming through, exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg, bend the knee, kick both legs up, straight, land in chaturanga, come onto the tops of the feet, upward facing, exhaling, downward facing, feet wide. Bend the knees, and let's do that jump to the top of the mat. Press through the hands, clap your feet, coming into your squat. Lift into your active squat, come up, exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Walk, step or jump back. Try to land really softly if you jump. Inhale, coming through. We go back, downward facing dog. Let's try something more static again. Give your turbo downward dog a try. Bend the elbows out to the side. Bring them back in as they float. And then shoulders over the elbows. I'll show you this way on. You can just come into dolphin if you're struggling with your turbo. Elbows go out and in, shoulders forward. It's like a floating dolphin. And it's really hard. Bum up M. So downward dog position, just arms different. You're regretting that, Jin, now? Okay, straighten up the arms, downward facing dog. Feet wide, bend the knees, press through the hands. Exhale, jump, clap the feet. And from here, lift up into your squat. Exhaling, bring the hands to heart. Well done. Okay. Heel toe those feet into the centre line. We're going to bring the big toes together, heels apart, or if you're a bit wider in the hips, then have your feet at a comfortable position as close together as you can. We're going to inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen forward, and you can walk, step or jump back. If you're jumping back, hold your chaturanga, while the rest of us then make their way to downward facing dog. Let's go, downward facing dog. From here, lift your right leg, bend the knee, open the hip. We're going to swing that right foot all the way around to just outside your right hand, pivot on the back foot, and we're going to come into side angle on the right side. Press through the outer edge of your back foot, front knee over ankle. Go as deep as you can without forcing things, and then lift your right arm to join the left. The Dvihasta variation, 2 arms. Watch that the chest doesn't roll down. That's it, keep revolving back. Nice, Caitlin. Nice. See how it feels to lift that right big toe? Maybe the instep of your right foot. Oh, baby. Okay, bring that right toe back down. Inhale, lift the arms up. And open the arms out into your warrior 2. Well done. So this is just a transition. Straighten up your front leg. Inhale, reach forward, and then rotate your body so that you come into Trikonasana. And once again, you can come into Dvihasta variation if you wish, reaching those arms overhead. Stronger for the core. Nice. Watching that left side of the chest doesn't revolve around to the floor. Keep revolving it back and up. Think about that bottom hip coming through to the front and the top hip rolling back. Well done. Just one more breath. Bring the arms up. Inhale. Reverse it as you exhale. One breath here. And cartwheel the arms forward, coming into your high plank, maybe taking that right foot behind, one-legged plank, lower down, one-legged chaturanga, hop onto the top of your left foot, one-legged upward facing, before bringing that right foot down, downward facing dog. Well done. 5 breaths in child's pose if you want, downward facing, dolphin, or having a go with your flying vinyasa. Right leg lifts. Bend the left knee. Inhale, kick up, straight legs. Lower, softly to chaturanga. Inhale, come through. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Do the other side. Left leg lifts. Power it up. Hips over shoulders. Lower to a nice soft chaturanga. Come upward facing, downward facing dog. Well done. From downward facing now, lift your left leg. Bend the knee. Open the hip. As you exhale, swing that leg around, bringing the left foot outside the left hand, pivot on your back foot, and we come into side angle, left side. Well done. Front knee over ankle. Make sure you compress through the outer edge of your right foot. Dvihasta, if that feels good for you. Nice. Can you drop those hips a bit closer to the floor? There we go. Maybe lifting the left big toe and the instep of the left foot. And watching that knee doesn't shift from being over the ankle. That's it. Nice. Okay, inhale, lift up. Arms out, warrior 2. One breath here. We're going to move into that Trikonasana next. So straightening up your front leg. Inhale, reach forward. Imagine someone's pulling you forward and then rotate the body round as you come into Trikonasana. Thinking about your Trikonasana as a twist. That's it. So revolving around to, that's it, to the ceiling. Yeah, both arms if you wish. Reaching them overhead. Feeling how that changes the sensation, changes the centre of gravity, having to work a bit harder through the core. Keep that Ujjayi breath going, strong, stable. Inhale, lift up and reverse your warrior. Exhale, inhale and cartwheel the arms forward, stepping yourself back into high plank, left leg lifted. Make your way to downward facing dog. You choose how to get there. So many different ways. Wonderful. From here, the feet go wide. Bend the knees. Inhale, exhale, jump with a clap. And from here, we're going to come into Bakasana. So bring your hands to the top of the mat. Bring those feet into just behind your hands. Bring the knees up onto the triceps. Keep the feet on the ground and start to rock yourself forward. Keep the feet on the ground. Keep your elbows directly above the wrists, maybe even slightly in front. Grip on with those fingertips, and maybe as you start to tip forward, then the feet will naturally lift because you're already doing it. Have a go. Those who are super comfortable here, let your head come to the floor with control, and then try to press yourself back up. I'll show you what I mean by that. Well done. From your crow, try a jump back. Really hard. You can just step back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhaling, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to bend the knees. And we're going to walk, step or float to the top of the mat. Lengthen forward and then turn to face the side of your mat so that you can still see me. Coming into your wide-legged forward fold. Toes in, heels out. Well done. Okay, if the hands come to the floor, then use them to drag forward. Maybe a slight bend in the elbows, gripping on with the fingertips to pull yourself forward and then fold. Inhale, pull forward and fold. If the hands don't reach the floor, just bring them onto the hip crease there. Lengthen forward, so bring the ribs away from the pelvis and fold. Pressing through the outer edges of your feet. Well done. Those of you whose hands come to the floor, I think pretty much everyone is okay with this. Just bend your knees ever so slightly to get the hands onto the floor. So we want the full hand on the floor, the fingertips and the whole circumference of your palm, particularly the heel of the palm. You can have your knees bent, that's fine. Turn the biceps to face forward, push the chest away and start to tip the weight forward, even if your knees are bent. Now, if the legs are nice and straight, what you can also add in here, with a nice squeeze of those thighs and hip flexors, you can start to squeeze and see if you can do little jumps, starting to prepare for your press handstand. Arms straight, Simon. That's it. So nice and stable through the upper body, bringing those hips over the shoulders. You could even tiptoe those feet further and further forward so that your hips are over the shoulders. Well done. Come back to the safety of your heels. Those of you who've got the hands, actually everybody's got the hands on the floor, sorry. Bend your knees enough so that you can bring your head onto the floor in front of those hands. So you've got a triangle, the head at the top of the triangle and your hands are here. From there, straighten up your legs, chaturanga arms, and see if you can start pressing the legs away from the floor. I'll show you sideways on. So this is your tripod headstand. See how my elbows are bent 90 degrees? Lift and squeeze. Try if you can to get a press rather than a jump. If you're struggling to get the feet off the ground, just walk those feet further and further forward to get your hips over the shoulders. It's quite scary. And we come down with control, come back to the safety of your heels. Well done. We're going to bring the feet in a little bit now, and then we're going to bend the knees as we come into goddess pose. So the knees over the ankles, you can have the toes out. Try to shift the bum back so that your knees are directly over the ankles. So it's a bit like the active squat. Bring your hands onto your knees and then lift your right shoulder as you drop the left. You might be able to bring your left hand onto the right knee and bring your right hand round to the other thigh, helping go a bit deeper into this goddess twist. Lengthen spine, exhale, twist. Well done. Inhale, come back to center and switch to the other side. Lifting left shoulder, drop right. Maybe bringing right hand onto left knee, bringing left hand onto lower back, or taking hold of right thigh. Keep bringing those knees back over the ankles. Sit the bum down, twist round. Well done. Inhale, come back to center. And from here, we're going to straighten up those legs and step to the top of the mat. Well done. Let's take 5 breaths here. We're going to go with one more flow and then we'll start to slow things down. Inhaling, chair pose. Exhaling as you fold. Inhale, lengthen forward, walk, step or jump back. You choose. Oops, I dropped my mic back. Make your way all the way back to downward facing dog. Okay, so from downward facing dog, Lift your right leg. Bring the knee into the chest. Take your knee to left elbow and then kick the right leg out to the side as you lift up into this side plank variation. I'll show you this way on. Those who are feeling like a bit more challenge here, see if you can lift that right leg up to hip height. Maybe even taking hold of the foot and bringing that foot overhead. From here, we're going to bring that leg all the way back round and we're going to come into your side plank on the right side. See how it feels to lift that left leg up high. Well done. And then I want you to bend the left knee and step that left knee out to the side as you lift up into Wild Thing. Press your right big toe into the ground, a little bend of that right knee. See if you can lift your left knee. Maybe take hold of that left knee. Well done. And swing your left leg round. Everybody else, just step that left foot forward and come into your high lunge. Woo. Well done. Bring the hands to heart. And from here, we're going to twist round. Well done. From here, shift the weight forward. Press through your left big toe. See if you can start to lift your right leg behind before stepping the right foot to the left, coming into your chair twist. Bring the bum down, lift the heels. Those of you who want to stay here, you can, working on your twist, or bring the hands to the side of the mat and then have a go with your side crow. So I've got a nice little pose for you that we did last night. If your side crow isn't in its full expression yet, then it might help you to work on bringing the cheek onto the floor to lift the feet. Then take your feet up into the air, lift your right leg high and bring the left knee to the chest, fall to the knee. Oh, left foot to the right knee. Fallen angel. Let me show you that once again, and then we'll have a go on the other side. So, your normal side crow, we're trying to get a lift up here. But it's really hard. So it might help you to bring the cheek onto the floor and then get the feet lifted. Then the feet go up, right leg straightens up, and you bring the left knee, left foot to right knee. We can have a go on the other side. Inhale, come back to centre. Exhale, inhale, lift up. Come into a nice back bend here just to ease out. Well done. And exhale, and as we fold. Inhale, lengthen forward. Walk, step off, float back. Oh, you're going to be ready for this yin, aren't you? Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bring the knee into the chest, come to plank. Knee to opposite elbow, kick that left leg out and come into your side plank. Well done. So it's a load of side planking on the left side. Working on that upper body stability. Can you lift that left leg? You have to kind of suck the hip in. That's it. Well done. Nice end. Can you take hold of the foot? Straightening out the leg. Kick the foot into the hand and try to get that foot to your head. Vishvamitrasana variation. Nice, Joe. Well done. Well done. Okay, so from here, whoops, we're going to bring that left foot underneath and come into a more traditional side plank. You can try and lift your right leg up high, maybe even taking the tree pose variation, avoid the knee. From here, that right foot comes over, outside the mat, and we come into your wild thing. More of a back bend now. Keeping that left shoulder over left wrist. Beautiful. Try and hear a different variation as you bring that left foot onto the ground, bend the right knee, and swing your right foot round, coming into high lunge on the right side. Hands to heart, twisting round. Well done. Squeeze and sit bones together. Push through that back heel. Spine long. Right side of the chest revolving round. Well done. Okay, press through your right big toe. Lean forward. Keep pressing the elbow onto the outside of the knee. Squeeze that left leg. Woo! Lift. And step that left foot to the top of the mat, the feet together as you come into your chair twist. Oh, it's tough. You can stay here, or you can lift the heels, bring the bum to the heels, bring the hands onto the floor along the side of your mat. If you want to have a go with Fallen Angel straight away, then what we do is bring that right elbow to the hip, catch yourself, lower the cheek onto the floor, then your feet will lift. Lift the feet up so you go deeper into your twist. Lift left foot up to the sky and then bring your right foot to your left knee. Try to touch the sky with your feet. It's very hard. That looks amazing, Kath. Bring that foot closer to the knee if you can. Yes, so good. Can you press away from the floor, Kath? Well done. It's so hard. Go in with your regular side crow if you wish. We bring the feet down and we come into chair pose. Exhaling as you fold. And from here, we're going to step back, take the knees wide. And if you want to support your child's pose, then you can bring a blanket between your thighs, block for your head or cushion, and let's come down. Oh, there we go. Keep the head a little rock side to side. And we're going to start chilling out now. Okay, so we're going to have plenty of time now for you to bring things down. If your head reaches the floor without a prop, then just go for that. And it might feel nice for you to lift the palms up. So just opening into those shoulders a bit more. Changing your breathing now. Let's take some well-earned exhalations through the mouth, like a nice sigh. Once you've wriggled about and found a comfortable place, then come into stillness. Start to feel the heat settling down. maybe feeling a coolness on your skin from the sweat and that cooler air around you, working on bringing the body temperature down. Noticing maybe some drips of sweat. How amazing is your body to produce sweat to cool you down, bringing things back into balance. Notice if you're holding on in any way. It can be quite difficult to bring yourself out of one state into another, and the Yin Yang practice is all about trying to cultivate the ability to step into different energies as and when needed. And just take 5 more breaths here in your child's pose. Feel that length through the sides of the body, starting to stretch into the lats. Feeling that stretch behind the armpits. All that wrapping of the shoulder blades and activating. Now you can just stretch it out and enjoy the subsequent release. And we're going to go for that sensation even more now, bringing your palms back onto the ground, and we're going to come into tadpole, which is where we just walk the hands around to the right side before lowering back down, getting a deep stretch here through the left side of the body. So it's basically child's pose with a side bend. I want you to breathe into the left side of your body. Visualize that bend in the spine, compression through the right side, and that nice opening through the left side. Also stretching the left ribs, particularly when you breathe, meaning that those ribs press against the muscles and the skin, stretching that left side of the body. Nice big breaths. Notice how the breath can change the sensation of the posture. Seeing where you're feeling particularly tight, and try to take the breath there, trying to create some space. 2 more breaths on this side. We're going to inhale as you walk those hands to center, and exhale as you take the hands over to the left side now. Go as far as you need and then lower back down. Once again, visualizing the bend in the spine, bending to the left side, so compressing the vertebrae on the left side, opening on the right side. As you expand the lungs through your in-breath, they press against the ribs press against the muscles and the skin, stretching into the right side there, all the way up into the armpit, maybe up into the right triceps. All those chaturangas involve contraction of the triceps. Enjoy the stretch, the release. Use the posture and your breath to lengthen. 2 more breaths here. Inhale in as you come back to centre. Take a moment to let the spine reset back at centre. Just another breath. And then from here, walk the hands up and bring the knees directly underneath the hips. Excuse me. Walk your feet to the back of the mat if they're not already there. Keeping the hips over the knees. We're going to walk the hands forward as you come into melting heart. Once again, you can bring a block under your forehead, or if the forehead reaches the floor, then take this position. And it might feel nice to turn the palms up, thumbs out to the sides. As we now stretch more into the front of the armpits, still stretching the sides, and also stretching the chest here. This time feeling the breath go all the way down into the belly, the breath expanding, the ribs pushing against your chest, stretching the chest muscles, still stretching into triceps as well. If you have a tendency to overarch your lower back, a little bit of core engagement here. This noticing of what's going on in the body. A really amazing mindfulness practice, helping keep you focused on the present moment, finding a relief from perhaps an overactive mind, trying to find answers, the way forward. Sometimes it's just not possible. And so focusing on the body and those sensations that you experience can be a really helpful way of just being with yourself and being present. And if you find that that's still not enough to quieten that mind, maybe count your breath, counting into 5 or 6 on the inhale, and maybe 7 or 8 on the exhale. We're going to take 5 more here. And once you've taken those 5, just walking those hands back as you come into child's pose. Maybe crossing the hands underneath the forehead, or maybe reaching those arms behind and turning the palms up. Taking a few moments here. There's a nice reset. And then from here, coming onto your left side. So take your time. Resting on the left shoulder, left hip, and the left leg. And then we're going to cross your right knee over, taking hold of that right knee to keep it on the floor. And then you might want a pillow or a cushion for your head. or a block. And then from here, with the hips stacked on top of one another and that right knee on the ground, we're going to revolve the right side of the chest round, taking hold of your lower back, or if you fancy something a bit more releasing, you can turn your right palm to face the ceiling and let the arm be suspended there, allowing gravity and your breath to release deeper into that right shoulder as you go deeper into your twist. And just noticing and paying attention to how things feel as that right arm gets lower to the floor. No force in here. Notice how the spine feels as you go into this twist. And those of you who want something a little more through the legs, you can bend that left knee, and if your foot easily reaches to your right hand, if your right hand reaches easily to that left foot without you bringing the right knee off the ground, then you can come into the full expression of this pose, cat-tail pose. So no force in here. Using the posture, the props and gravity to enjoy this twist. To help bring a bit more space into the spine. As you inhale, you might want to try lifting those ribs up away from the pelvis. And as you exhale, going deeper into your twist. For anyone whose hand is quite close to the floor, it can feel amazing when those fingernails just tap the floor and you realise how much more open, how much more space you've created in that right shoulder, how much more you've gone into the twist without really doing anything. Let's take another 2 breaths here. And then we're going to bring that right arm around. Take your time. Close in that right shoulder at the front there. Just take a moment here. And then bringing yourself onto your back. Take a moment there just to let the spine reset. And then coming over onto your right side. Onto the right shoulder, right hip and the outside of that right leg, crossing the left knee over, bringing the left knee onto the floor, taking hold of the left knee with your right hand to keep it on the floor, hips stacked vertically, and left hand coming onto the lower back, maybe finding that right foot if it's easy, or letting that left arm go out to the side, palm facing up, and turning to face the ceiling. Inhaling as you lift those ribs away from the pelvis. Exhaling, going deeper into your twist. Let gravity do the work. Nice big breaths, inhaling and exhaling as you let it go through the mouth. As the props and the pose do the work and gravity, you just use the breath. Notice what you can do with your breath. As the mind softened and quietened down after all the drama of the Yang practice. you able to intentionally slow things down into this yin energy? Maybe it takes you time to settle down. That's okay. That might be what it's like in the rest of your life. When working on full throttle, sometimes we need longer than we would like to settle down. Usually the more yang you have in your life, the more yin you need to bring that balance. Just another 2 breaths here. And bringing that left arm over, taking a moment here. Excuse me. And then coming onto your back once again, take a moment on your back. And then we're going to come into supported bridge pose. So from here, take your block, and we're going to bring the block underneath the sacrum. So take a height that feels kind of mildly challenging for you. So not super easy, but I want you to feel an opening over the hip flexors. So it may be that you take the block up onto the mid-level. We are going to go a bit deeper here. I'm going to offer you the chance to do that. So it may be that this is enough for you. If so, just let those hands come out to the side, palms facing up. And just enjoy that nice stretch over the hip flexors. If you are particularly tight here, if you sit down a lot, then this could be enough for you. Those of you who aren't really feeling anything here, then if you want to lift up onto the highest level of your block, or if you've got some books, taking another couple of books underneath. And once you feel like you're nice and stable on that block, what I'd like you to do is bring your left foot towards you. So starting to step that left foot back towards the block. And it may be that you can hold on to your left foot with your left hand. And if that's the case, then you could maybe flip the foot and come onto the top of your foot, pressing that left top of the foot into the ground and coming into this kind of hero variation, half hero variation of your bridge pose. It's really deep. So I only want you to do what feels right for you. This does require pretty open hip flexors and quads. You might be quite happy wherever you are, that's fine. But if you want a little more, you can maybe lift that right knee higher. This does go into lower back, so you need to consciously work on bringing the ribs away from the pelvis. Pressing your left foot into the ground for stability. Just doing what feels right for you. If you're feeling it in the lower back, think about lifting those ribs towards your face. Two more breaths here. And then slowly start taking your left foot and bringing it in line with the right. Taking a moment there. And again, you might be really comfortable here Just continuing in your supported bridge for the rest of this pose. Those who want to balance out right side, start to step your right foot back towards you, maybe finding that right foot with your right hand, and then flipping the foot over so that you come onto the toes or the top of that right foot, and you can work on bringing the heel to the bum as you encourage that right foot closer towards the block, and staying in bridge on the left side, working into hero on the right side. This might be enough for you, and that's fine. Keep bringing those ribs towards your chest. Remember, we're in a back bend here, sorry, ribs towards the face. Lovely stretch over the belly, hip flexors, quads. And if you want a bit more, you can lift that left knee. Straightening up left leg if you wish. It's a really deep variation. For those of you who've taken the half hero, maybe what you'd like to do is see if it's possible to bring the left foot as well and come into full hero bridge variation. It's really deep, okay? Really deep. And wherever you are, bringing those feet back onto the mat in your bridge. Remove your block by pressing into the feet, lifting the hip, and slowly come down, really slowly. We've spent a lot of time in that bridge pose, a lot of time in that back bend, so just lower down nice and gently, nice and gently. And take a moment here, neutralising the spine. A few options: you can just stay in constructive rest with the knees up. It can feel quite nice to knock the knees together and take the feet wide. Maybe bringing the soles of the feet together and letting the knees fall wide. Baddha Konasana. Or maybe even just coming into a mini Shavasana. Let your spine reset. And then when you're ready, bring yourself into Shavasana. Taking any props that you need, so maybe supporting the head, supporting the knees, wrapping yourself up in a blanket. You might find that you're a bit chilly now. And taking your hands wherever that feels good for you. So reaching the arms down the body, giving yourself a hug, maybe both hands on the heart, giving the head a little rock side to side. And let it all go. Let's get nice and cozy. Nice and cozy. Let's take 3 tension releasing breaths. So a big inhale through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. 2 more of these. Intention to fully let go here with these breaths. Feel the body heavy, pressing down onto the ground. And on this last breath, give all of that weight to the ground. No longer controlling the breath, certainly no longer controlling the body. Allow everything to become heavy, soft, melting into the ground. without controlling your breath. Notice your breath. So I'm going to take you through a Yin Yang meditation here to further balance those energies in your body, your mind. So as you notice the rhythm of your breath, direct your awareness on your in-breath to your diaphragm, and as you exhale, send that energy, a heavy, dark energy, going from your diaphragm into the hips, down the legs and out the feet. It's heavy, watery, feminine, quiet. Keep powering that yin energy as you inhale into the diaphragm, exhale, pushing the energy down the hips and the legs to the feet. Yin energy now activated. Bringing in the yang now as you breathe once again to the diaphragm, and as you exhale, send the yang energy up through the abdomen, the chest, the neck and the head, through the arms. This time it's a white, a light energy, active, strong. Continuing to power this yang energy as you breathe down into the diaphragm and send the yang energy up the body. We're half black, half white, half yin, half yang. But of course these opposing energies aren't just separate. Indeed, as they blend and mix together, we come into balance. They are opposing and complementary energies. So I'd now like you to start swirling that yin and yang energy round in a clockwise direction. The white mixing into the black mixing into the white. Maybe visualizing a paint tin, half black, half white, and you take your stick and start to mix the energies together. The black and the white mixing together now. Still separate yin and yang, but blending together. Power this balancing with your inhalation. See the spinning yin yang energy coming into balance now. Noticing how your body, your mind, emotions and spirit feel as you bring this balance, this peace. So now release the symbol of the yin yang. Come back into your body. Start to notice any physical sensations in your body, becoming more aware of those as you take a deep breath in And as you exhale, take your awareness from your heart all the way down to the fingers and the toes and the top of the head. Give them a little wiggle as you come back into the physical body. Moving the ankles, the wrists, going into the hips, the shoulders. Give the head a little rock side to side. Might feel nice for you here to take a lovely big stretch, reaching those feet out in front and the arms overhead. Exhale in as you bring the knees up towards your chest and then rolling over onto whichever side feels good for you. Take a moment there to notice how you feel. And when you're ready, bring yourself up to seated, keeping the neck relaxed as you press yourself up. Bringing the hands into prayer position with the thumbs resting against the sternum. Feel your heart beating. Your heart resting between the lower 3 chakras, the upper 3 chakras. Bringing together the more physical and earthly aspects of who you are with those more spiritual and mind aspects of who you are in the upper 3 chakras, all bound together with the qualities of the heart chakra, that love, joy, compassion, acceptance. The imbalance in our lives and the consequent symptoms of that are a sign to seek that balance, to help bring you back to peace. Ignore those symptoms at your peril. They'll only shout louder. It's an amazing tool to be able to bring yourself back into balance, and that's why we practice moving between these different energies, noticing how you are, where your development areas are, where your strengths are, working on those so that you can always bring yourself back to this place of balance, peace, centeredness and stillness. So let's take a big breath in. And as you exhale, send gratitude to all of the imbalance in your life for making you strong, for allowing you to develop strength and confidence to bring yourself back into balance. We generally don't know just how to do this from nowhere. We have to learn, and the challenge helps us learn. And to remind us that we're not in this alone, that we all feel the same things, we all go through those same emotions and symptoms, and we're all fighting our own little battles. Let's take a breath together to unite us. Inhale in. And exhale in, gently blinking the eyes open. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today, guys. Namaste. Well, go and have a wonderful day all. Take this feeling with you. And apologies for the connection systems at the beginning, problems. But I hope that you didn't feel like you missed out in any way, that you still had a good workout. Right, have a great day, guys, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.